Chargé d'Affaires of Medinat Israel, my lords, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In our grace after meals, our benching, there is a passage that we sing with much passion. Nar hayiti gam zakanti, v'lo ra'iti tzadik ne'ezav v'zarom avakesh lachem. I have been young, now I am old, and I've never seen a good person forsaken, their children begging for food. I don't think that this is true. I don't think that anybody's seen people who haven't been forsaken, children begging for food. But actually, we only have a problem with this passage through a mistranslation. I believe that the proper way to translate it is V'lo ra'iti tzadik ne'ezav, which means when confronted with suffering, when witnessing pain and anguish, lo ra'iti, we don't just stand and look, we do something about it. The traditional Jewish response to the suffering of others is we build bridges, we reach out, we help people regardless of whether we know them or if we don't, regardless of whether they live locally or the other side of the world, regardless of whether they are Jewish or not. And that is exactly what World Jewish Relief has always done. It's an organization that doesn't just stand and look, witness, see. On our behalf, it does something. Thanks to World Jewish Relief, elderly people are provided with their dignity. Thanks to World Jewish Relief, opportunities are given to alleviate poverty. And thanks to World Jewish Relief, an adequate response is given as a result of humanitarian disasters which arise from natural and man-made emergencies. You know, there's nothing quite like being there. Like you, I have always admired World Jewish Relief. Like you, I've always provided support and encouraged others to. I've stood previously at this podium, at a dinner such as this, encouraging you to enthusiastically support WJR. But for the first time, I was given the opportunity to actually see it for myself. So 10 days ago, I came back from the border of Greece and Macedonia. And there, in Edomeni, I stood together with a Dayan and 3 of our rabbis, witnessing what is happening there and seeing at first hand the outstanding work of World Jewish Relief. And there is so much that I can tell you about, but perhaps just one snapshot of an image. Busload after busload of refugees arrive. Perhaps every 10 minutes, another 50 refugees arrive. When we were there, we were standing in the midst of 2,500 people. And as people step off the bus, about 50 in a group, they are addressed in a number of languages. They're told about the procedures which will enable them to successfully cross the border into Macedonia. And then they stand in a queue. Some of them have not had a decent meal for days or perhaps even weeks. They are thirsty, they are hungry. And in this queue, they are handed out sandwiches on behalf of World Jewish Relief. And then they are directed to a medical unit, a mobile medical center with a huge sign on it, World Jewish Relief. And those who are in need of medical care are advised to pop in. And there are expert doctors on hand who every single day treat more than 100 people, often saving the lives of men, women, and children. That's being done there, on the ground, on our behalf, using the generous funds that we have donated. And what I was also able to see at first hand was the professional and outstanding approach of WJR. They have the capacity to understand the complexity of the issues, to appreciate what is really taking place, to identify where are those areas where our help will be needed most of all, and also to establish partnerships with local service providers who can deliver our expectations and aspirations on the ground. And what is happening in Edomeni is happening in the Ukraine. It happened in Nepal. It happened 70 years ago when 732 orphaned children were helped after the Holocaust to come to this country. Not only were their lives saved, but they have been enabled to rebuild their lives and in the course of time to give a contribution of inestimable value to our society. I returned home from Idomeni, being proud to be part of our British Jewish community and immensely proud of the work of World Jewish Relief. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I am here this evening. That's why you are here. This is a most outstanding charity, and I admire your expectation for deliverance and also the charitable manner in which, together, Lo Ra'iti, we will not just stand idly by when there are people suffering. We will come forward in order to help. And thanks to World Jewish Relief, we have an adequate vehicle through which to do it. I know that yet again tonight, you will generously respond to their call and will enable them to continue to do their most outstanding work. Thank you very much.